I am Gwen Hauenstein, and this is my husband, Gary Hauenstein. I'm 74, and
I'm
Gary's
75.
75. He had gone to other medical doctors before going to Dr. Saunders, and everybody gave him a clean bill of health. And Gary knew there was something wrong. I knew there was something wrong with him.
I'd probably been going through this lead poisoning for, I don't know, about 10 years
Yeah.
or so.
We had a doctor, and she says, Gary, I think you have toxic poisoning. What do you do for a living? So then Gary told Dr. Bobby what he did, and he cut metal. He's cut metal all of his life. So then she says, you have to go see Dr. Saunders. So she gave us his card, and we called Dr. Saunders. We made an appointment, and we went down.
Well, he looked at me, and he looked at my feet, and he said that I didn't have gout. And then he said, I think we're going to give you a test. And he says, we're going to find out what the problem is, and we're going to fix it. It really made me happy to hear him say that.
When Dr. Saunders said we're going to find out what's wrong and fix it, we were very excited. We walked out of that office that day.
That was good to hear.
We were so excited. He had been going to another medical doctor.
He just phoned me and said, everything's fine, you don't have any problems. And I knew I did have something, because I was depressed, I didn't want to do anything, I couldn't hardly walk. And all I wanted to do was sleep, and I thought, I actually thought that maybe I was going to die, you know. I thought that at one point.
His face was puffy, it was gray. I can remember it was gray. He could hardly walk because his feet were numb.
Well, I wasn't doing much of nothing.
No, he didn't have any energy.
I was just...
No energy at all.
I was just existing. I was just existing.
And he didn't.
It was really, when I think about it now, it was just terrible.
He didn't put his boots on. Now he puts his boots on every day. In those days, he kept his slippers on all day long. He was walking on crutches because he could hardly walk. I couldn't communicate with him. He wasn't in the communication stage. You didn't really tell me what was wrong. I just knew
I didn't know what
there
was
wrong. That you were sick. He had no energy, and we went and got this test for Dr. Saunders. We sent it out to a lab back east, and then we made an appointment to go down and see him. And by then he had his office here in Lompoc, and when we went in, tell him the story about the
when we went
test.
in, he didn't have the test because it was at his other office in Santa Barbara. So they called the office and they faxed the test up. When it came, the nurse brought it in the room, and she, as she started to come through the door, she was looking at the test, and she handed the test to Dr. Saunders. Dr. Saunders just looked at it. He didn't say nothing, and then he just handed it to me. And I looked at it, and it didn't look good at all.
The lead went all the way off the page.
So then he knew what it was. We started the treatment. I think it was called EDTA that they gave me. The difference after I had those treatments was tremendous. My feet didn't hurt. I regained my mind, so to speak. It was like I had a future. After that, I had a future. I could go on living, The sky opened up, and
his attitude changed.
It was.
He got up and put his boots on again and started to work. He kept himself busy. Every time I see Dr. Saunders, I hug him. I met him the other night. I hug him and tell him thank you for saving my husband's life.
I truly believe this, that Dr. Saunders took care of me and allowed me now to take care of myself with the things that matter, that really matter.